Missing persons cases involving small children are always difficult for everyone involved. Oftentimes, it is those closest to the child that are responsible for their disappearance, and time is of the essence. According to FBI statistics, when a child goes missing, there is an 89% chance that they will be dead within 24 hours. Not only was this true for the victim in today's story, but what he was finally recovered from is absolutely sickening.
Pashun Unique Jeffery was a vibrant young woman born on September 26, 2002. Her mother, Lakita Denson, as well as her other immediate and extended family, were closely involved in her life. She was always seen with a smile on her face, whether it was at work at the local CVS or visiting friends. Her family described her as full of energy and how her eyes were alight every Christmas. She was short, standing barely at 5 feet. She was a bit of a makeup aficionado, always wanting to be presented well in public. A St. Petersburg, Florida native, she attended Benito Middle School before graduating from Northeast High with honors, a feat made even more difficult by the recent birth of her son, Taylen Mosley. Taylen was born on March 12, 2021, to Pashun and father Thomas Mosley. He was a cute child who took after his father right from birth. He had brown hair, inquisitive large brown eyes. He was playful and friendly with everyone. He loved the Toy Story movies and action figures. His mother would often call to video chat with him on her breaks at work, leading him to borrow family members' phones to try to call her. He was truly a bundle of joy and the center of his mother's world. Thomas Mosley was Taylen's father, but by at least some accounts, not heavily involved in the family's life. Pashun's mother once referred to her as a single mom and was proud of how her daughter was thriving. Now, Thomas was unemployed and had a minor criminal record, having once pled no contest to a charge of leaving the scene of a crash. David Mosley, his father, believed him to likely have some mental health issues that caused him to do things to harm himself as a teenager, but he was undiagnosed. Pashun's sister, Jemiah Falk, told the police that Pashun had described Thomas as crazy before, saying he wanted things his own way. It was on Thomas's 21st birthday, March 29th of 2023, that a horrible incident unfolded.
On the morning of the 29th, Jemiah received a video call from Pashun and Taylen. They were at the doctor's office due to Taylen having been sick for a few days. They talked about Pashun's plans for the day, with Pashun telling her sister that they were going to go to the store to find a birthday cake and then to a different store to look for a gift. Pashun seemed off to her sister, but when she was asked about it, Pashun said that with Taylen being sick and not being able to sleep, that she was a bit irritated. He had also thrown a tantrum at the store. The afternoon birthday party went, by all accounts, fairly well, with the exception of Taylen still not feeling well. He spent most of the party sleeping in Pashun's room. It was a sunny, warm day in March. The party ended early with some family members leaving around 5 p.m. as Pashun's younger brother had to get to track practice by 6. Pashun's family had already given Thomas his birthday present. It was a paint set. However, shortly after leaving, Pashun texted her mother that Thomas didn't want the paint set and that the family could use it. Her mother, Lakita, recalled that Thomas was wearing a hoodie, jogging pants, and Gucci brand slides. Her daughter was wearing a Hot Wheels t-shirt with Taylen's name on it. Next day, Jemiah expected to be watching Taylen so that Pashun could go work her regular shift. Jemiah woke up late that morning, realizing that Pashun hadn't brought Taylen. She tried to call her but didn't get an answer. So she called her mother, Lakita, who also had not spoken to Pashun that morning. Concerned, but not overly so, the two ladies went about their planned day. They asked Lakita's aunt if she could stop at Pashun's apartment to check on her. Their first stop of the day was at a local laundromat. While there, they received a call from the aunt that Pashun was not answering the door and that, while she had checked with the apartment's front office to see if they could go inside, that they weren't allowed in. However, Pashun's car was in the parking lot. So next they called her work, who reported that they hadn't seen or heard from her either. Learning that, they decided to go to Thomas's house. Thomas lived with his parents, Renee and David Mosley, in St. Petersburg, along with a brother named Isaac. They thought maybe Pashun and Taylen had gone there after the party, but when Lakita and Jemiah arrived there, Thomas's brother was sitting out front. When asked, he replied that he thought she was at work. Isaac then informed Lakita that when Thomas came back home after the party the night before, his arm was cut up badly enough to immediately take him to the hospital. Uncertain of what was going on, but still not overly concerned, Lakita returned to the laundromat and called the apartment complex, asking the front office if they could send someone to do a welfare check. The front office sent their maintenance man named Armando Dieguez. He knocked first, then let himself into the apartment with a master key. He saw the bathroom door standing open with a woman laying on the ground. He later told investigators that he thought she had a gunshot wound to her head. Shocked and overwhelmed at what he had seen, Armando quickly looked for the child that Lakita had told him about, but he was unable to find little Taylen. He subsequently left the apartment and called 911.
I've been doing this job for 30 years now, and I say that in the 30 years I've been doing this, I found maybe 35, 40 people, because I worked with a lot of old people, and they've all been natural. This is the first one since I've been here in Florida that I found, and I've never seen a crime scene.
Yeah? Wow. What did you see when you went up there?
Well, there's blood and bloody footprints all over the apartment.
Yeah, I saw that.
When I went towards the bedroom, because my concern was the kid, and her safety, I saw the bathroom door was closed, so I pushed the bathroom door open. I saw she's laying on the floor, face down, with her shorts are down past her buttocks. Her blouse is up to her neck, and she has a hole about the size of a silver dollar on the left side of her skull. But between the ear and the skull, right about here.
And you didn't see any signs of the child, right?
No, I tried, as I was backing out, I tried to look around the apartment. I did walk into the room, looked around the side of the bed, and I backed out of the apartment. And as I was walking out, I tried to look behind the sofa, but I didn't want to, contaminate too much in there. So I walked right out the door, but I didn't see anything. I didn't hear any noise coming from the baby. They told me that the boyfriend is in the hospital.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to make contact with him and see what's going on.
And the neighbor downstairs stated that she heard them yelling and screaming last night.
Are you a Hispanic male?
Yes.
Okay. The building's right in there. We got blood coming out, trail right in there on the sidewalk there.
Okay.
He's the guy that went in.
Okay.
Other side? Alright. Block right there. Block that whole area because it goes down. I see it. Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
So come here. So. Guy who entered. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what you're going to do is you're going to direct this officer to make sure he stays 10-12 with him, right?
Okay.
He is obviously very close.
Because he walked in and
We also
saw
need
him.
to get rescue information.
Okay. Hey, sir, would you mind moving that crew? Well, we got to block off that blood area because you're cutting it off, but can you stay 10-12 with him? I'm going to go get rescue and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, he pronounced, so you want to get his information.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, he's pronounced.
Yes.
You already pronounced?
He pronounced.
Okay.
What do you need to get for your information?
Just need his run number, name, and the time you pronounced.
He's got the time and my name.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Did you confirmed it?
Confirmed it through the crack? Yeah,
So locking this whole thing down.
So we need.
is coming in this area.
So we need more units.
We need more crews.
I'm waiting for dispatch. They didn't send me the time of death
Do you have the run?
14:44 is the time.
1444.
3:05.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, go ahead. 305.
2508.
Hey, and your name, sir?
BOI.
BOI.
CE.
CE.
Engine 13 Bravo.
Okay. Perfect. And it's apartment 36, right? Or 30?
16.
16?
Building 36.
Oh, building.
16.
Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you. Is there anything else that you saw? Or?
Yeah, so she's face down. There's a lot of blood, and there's also a knife was on the counter.
Huh. Was there blood on the knife?
Yes.
Okay.
Numerous injuries across the back and one across the head.
Hey, Lord.
First responders arrived at the scene and pronounced 20-year-old Pashun Jeffery dead at 2:44 p.m. Soon, an Amber Alert was issued for 2-year-old Taylen, who was described as being 2 feet tall, 30 pounds, having brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 29th. Pashun had not been found until approximately 2:30 p.m. on Thursday the 30th. This meant that any abductor had a long time to flee the area before police became involved. While police received several tips, none of them were found to be relevant. During this time, police began to question neighbors, friends, and family members. While most of the neighbors didn't recall seeing the family, one neighbor reported that she heard roughhousing from Pashun's apartment. She also reported hearing Taylen cry and Pashun yelling, "Stop it." This was sometime around 8:11 p.m. As far as anyone can tell, this is the last time anyone heard Pashun or Taylen.
This is the lease agreement for the individual in that apartment.
Okay.
So we're just like verifying all that other information.
Yeah, I got two Mosleys with me. The grandfather of the baby and the son of the grandfather. They're both here.
Okay.
But I don't know. They said that the baby should be in there. Did we search for a baby?
No, we're holding the scene because
We gotta make sure that the baby's okay. Let's talk to the lieutenant. Hey Lou, they saying it's this house here.
Yeah,
They saying that the grandfather's here with his son, and they said they came to do a welfare check, and the baby should be with the mother. So they don't know. Did we search for a baby? Did we hear a baby crying or anything?
no, we didn't hear baby.
Where's the maintenance man?
The maintenance man's back here. I got his name.
That's him?
Yeah.
All right, we need to make sure he doesn't leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to hold on to him.
Okay. I got his ID. Apparently, I think he lives in this gun complex.
Stay with him. Make sure
Okay.
he doesn't go anywhere.
Okay. Okay. Oye, quédate ahí. Yeah, he got his golf cart here. Yeah. Oye, ¿tú chequeaste el apartamento bien? ¿O no?
Yo cuando entré, vi la sangre y los footprints. So I walked around them and I took my finger, and when I pushed the bathroom window of the bathroom door open, that's when I saw her on the ground.
Did you hear a child? Did you hear
No,
her
I tried to
crying?
look for the kid. I tried to do a quick look through the bedroom and behind the sofas.
So you
and
didn't
I
get to
see
do
nothing.
anything, right? Okay.
The girl from downstairs said,
Was the front door open or did you open
no,
it?
I opened it.
You had to open it with the key?
I put the key in and turned it. Now, if it was open, I don't know because I was so. But I didn't realize that I put my hand on the doorknob, and the doorknob is full of blood.
36, I'm 10-12-hour complainant. 10-12, 1502.
Okay. Yeah, we still.
We need you to stay with us for a little while. I mean, it's going to be a little while because we're going to have detectives, investigators coming in. If you can, yeah.
I actually live on the property.
You can stay with us. Like, we don't want to lose you outside of you because we're going to have to go into a lot of things.
Yeah, the detectives don't need to talk to you, right?
All right, is it okay? I live right there. Is it all right if I go and talk to my wife? Because my wife is really
Call
nice.
her, just let her know.
All right.
Yeah, we don't want to. I don't want to have you go.
All right.
I'm assuming the door was locked because the guarantor was on property.
Yeah, and she was banging on the door. And the young lady from underneath her,
1051 3rd Avenue.
my fingerprints.
Yeah,
Unit
DNA,
ISPDS
Okay.
6,
you know.
1051 3 Avenue North.
The
Unit
neighbor
ISPDS 6.
downstairs said that she heard last night a bunch of screaming and door slamming and the baby crying. Because she just actually texted the aunt because she's been
Subject is
talking
a
with the aunt.
Kobe.
You know which lady that is?
The
3615. The person who lives right directly beneath her.
George, black male, date of birth of 7/24/87. Wearing a brown hat, orange shirt. Arrived in a blue Infiniti with.
Did you come in and do a wellness check with him? Or did
I
you?
literally put my head in like this.
Okay. I just need, you got identification on you?
26, thank you.
And you supervisor?
Yeah, I'm the community manager.
Okay. Armando, what's a good phone number for you, Paz? What's his work number?
I was making so many 5
51 Alpha 78. Alarm company received number code.
I gotta tell you, I've seen some bad things, and this is like the worst one I've ever seen. Thank you for calling me. I appreciate it.
You didn't touch the body or anything?
No, I didn't touch the body or anything.
Okay.
As soon as I looked at her, you could tell she's gone. She has a huge hole on the left-hand side of her skull.
Okay. On the left-hand side?
Yeah. She's face down, her pants are down past her buttocks, and her blouse is up to her neck.
Need me to go back or no? No, was that related to the code 5?
There's tons of footprints in there, like bloody footprints.
The caller that called last said that the boyfriend apparently was in the hospital.
Yeah, and
I didn't hear that last.
related to the grandfather, to the
Go to Delta.
boyfriend, because, or to the, not to her, the way the impression he gave me was like, didn't even ask about the baby, asked about. He claims to be the grandfather, but never asked about the kid. It's like they were expecting it almost.
The police continue to search Pashun's apartment for any evidence about who the assailant was and where Taylen might have been taken to. The only piece of useful evidence found at the scene was a bleach bottle that was located under a bed. It was covered in blood and had a partial fingerprint on it. They also found blood stains on multiple items in the house: a black shirt, 2 pillows, a set of sheets, and finally, a red-handled kitchen knife. Pashun's body had injuries to both of her hands, the left side of her head, the front side of her left leg, and her right upper arm. Using alternate light source scanning, they found blood on the palm of her left hand and face. She was wearing the same clothing that her family had seen her in the night before: a Hot Wheels printed t-shirt, shorts, and a necklace. Her shirt had been pulled up to her neck, and her shorts and underwear were pulled down below her butt. Autopsy reports would later reveal that she had been stabbed over 100 times, many of them in her back.
What's your name?
Lakita Jackson.
Miss Jackson. Like I said, I'm Sergeant Martinez. There's a lot going on.
Car.
Yeah. There's a lot going on right now, but we're going to have to get some information from you, okay? Do you want to sit here? You want to have a seat for me? Are you okay?
It just don't look right.
It doesn't look right, okay, but we're still gathering information, okay, and we're still trying to figure out everything that's going on. So I don't want to give you information that isn't correct, okay?
Y'all been in?
They've been in, but they're still trying to figure out everything that's going on, okay? We want to make sure that all the people that are there are the people that they're supposed to be, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Spell your name for me.
Lakita, L-A-K-I-T-A.
Your last name?
Denson, D-E-N-S-O-N.
Do you have a middle name, ma'am? What's your middle name, ma'am?
N, Noel.
Now, who is it that you were reporting missing?
My daughter, Pashun Jeffery. And her son, Taylen Mosley.
Jeffrey, J-E-F-F-R-E-Y?
J-E-F-F-E-R-E-R-Y.
Okay, what's her date of birth?
9/26/2001.
Okay.
And it's P-A-S-H-U-N.
Okay, P-A-S-H-U-N?
Yes. She just moved out here in February.
She moved here in February? What apartment?
3616.
When did you last hear from her?
Yesterday around 5, in between 1. I was on the phone with her between 1, and I was out here at their house by 4:30.
But
everybody was normal. The only thing, the baby was in her sleep in the room with the door closed up a little bit.
Okay, so you last saw her at 4:30 yesterday and everything seemed fine?
4:30 up to 5 o'clock.
Okay, so 4:35.
Yes.
Everything was okay?
Yes.
She wasn't concerned about anything? Nothing was upsetting her? Nothing like
She
that?
was just upset about the birthday, by his birthday, the baby daddy birthday.
Does the baby daddy live with her?
No, he was just staying the night a couple times since March the 12th, since Taylen just turned 2 years old.
So he's not genetic. What's his name, baby daddy?
Thomas.
Do you know Thomas's last name?
Mosley, like the babies.
Is he a white or black male?
He black with dreads.
And he was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I left him, because I brought him glasses, shades, like you socks. It was his birthday.
Right.
And we ate ice cream with him. And
do you know his birthday? Like what day his birthday was?
3/29. I don't know this.
You don't know the year, but how
they looking for me?
He's 21.
They're coming this week.
They're coming.
He's 21.
Okay, so he just turned 21?
Yes, yesterday.
Okay. What does your daughter look like?
she's short, like if
Like
I
my height?
yeah,
And her hair is like this.
like that.
Okay. Is it the
black.
same color?
No,
Dark, dark.
it's black.
Black.
She just top heavy and short, like you
Light.
about 5'1". Yeah.
She your height. And she's black.
What was she last wearing?
Brown tights and Taylen birthday shirt, happy birthday Taylen, or two, something like that. Say.
The orange and blue birthday shirt.
I'm gonna let this officer take over real quick. He's gonna get some information. I've got her info, her phone number. This is the person she's trying to report.
Okay.
She last saw between 4:30 and 5. She was upset about baby daddy's birthday. That's baby daddy's name. Birthday was the 29th. I started to get her description. So just get with her. I know, Mama. I'm gonna go get some info for you.
I just heard Pashun and the baby yesterday at 5 and below because she was trying to buy Thomas something for his birthday. Yesterday was our baby daddy's birthday, Thomas. It was his birthday.
Do you know if they were drinking or anything?
I just know they were smoking.
Smoking weed?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I smoked with him yesterday, and while he opened up his gifts, and they was sitting there on the couch.
Yeah.
And then we was eating ice cream and stuff. Then I said, okay, I'm finna go because Trenton had to run track. He got to, call your dad back because he worried. I've been had him on alert looking for them.
I can't even drive.
We just want to say that Taylen is a beautiful little boy. And he's really loving and caring. And he's just very sweet. And he'll smile and laugh at anybody. And there's Amber Alerts everywhere. And you guys have seen them. I have people all over the country calling me about the Amber Alerts. So I'm asking everybody, if anybody, somebody saw something. Okay?
Please speak up.
So if you know something, say something. Help us get Taylen back. Taylen lost his mommy. So he needs his family right now. So we ask for your help in finding him. Somebody knows.
Somebody knows something. Please speak up. Somebody knows something. Somebody saw something.
And Pashun just
Taylen
is a beautiful mom.
love to be with his family.
Does he have a
We
nickname?
missing Taylen.
Does he have a nickname?
We call him
Tay Tay.
Tay Tay.
Yes, he will answer.
The
to
glam. He answered the glam.
Yeah, he answers to a lot of things. He's very smart.
He's always
kid.
calling his mom on his cell phone.
Yep, always.
He misses his mom. They call each other all the time. She really loved Taylen.
Yeah, we don't know.
She always was there for Taylen. She calls on breaks.
Yep, and
early in the morning they FaceTime me. Early in the morning.
Yep, we're without words. We love Pashun very much, and we love
Very
Taylen.
much.
So we've lost Pashun. So
Sweet
we ask
baby.
you guys to help us to find Taylen and to get him back, please.
Please help, please.
Next, the police began to check places where Taylen could possibly be. One of the first places was Ree's Private Daycare Services, which is a local home-run daycare where Thomas's mother said that Taylen had started going to. Desiree Rentz, the caretaker, stated that Taylen hadn't been there in a week due to him being sick. Next, they went to Thomas's family home to search for Taylen. With the approval of Thomas's mother, the officers searched the house along with the backyard and a shed for the baby. No sign of the child's presence was found. Police also checked with Donna Johnson, another person who watched Taylen sometimes, but she told the officers he hadn't been there since the previous year.
Did you need a flashlight? What did you ask her? What did you ask her?
Yeah, please.
What'd
I appreciate your cooperation.
He's acting busy.
Thank you. Have a good night,
Returning to the Mosley residence, detectives Talbot and Bilbrey spoke to the family to try to get any more information from them that they could. They attempted to speak to Renee, but she didn't want to speak to them without her husband and another son present. The Mosleys were told that Pashun had been murdered. At this point, Renee asked the officers if she needed an attorney, which they thought was odd for her to ask. The officer further noted that the family appeared to be showing no emotion whatsoever, according to his account. Mrs. Mosley told the officers that Thomas had been staying with Pashun for the last 3 weeks. On the night of the 29th, Thomas had come home and his father, David, had to let him into the house. Both parents stated that Thomas had multiple cuts on his arms. Thomas told his father that it was from a fight with a guy from Tampa, which David did not believe. David thought the wounds were possibly caused by Thomas himself due to his son having previous mental health issues as a teenager. While his mother was trying to help him with his cuts, his father went to move Thomas's car into the yard. He had to place a bag over the seat of the vehicle because there was so much blood in the car from the injuries. Isaac, who was another sibling of Thomas, drove him to the hospital. During this interview, Renee Mosley gave the officers a video from her doorbell camera that showed Thomas coming home at 9:03 p.m. on the night of the 29th. When the officers went to look at Thomas's car, they saw blood on the exterior of the passenger side and more blood inside the car. Using the vehicle exception to the standard warrant process, they got David Mosley to unlock the vehicle and looked inside to see if Taylen was possibly in the car somewhere. While Taylen was not in the car, they did find a large screen TV in the back seat. Detective Bilbrey called an officer at Pashun's apartment to ask about the TV and found that there was no television in the living room. The officers then found a baby blanket covered in blood in the front passenger seat. As such, the vehicle was towed to the police department to be forensically processed. After a warrant was secured, officers searched the car and found an older style flip phone. With news that Thomas had been taken to the hospital, officers went there to get any information he might have about Taylen. There, the officers were told that Thomas had been taken upstairs to the operating room for a surgery on his hand and arms. Thomas was intubated and sedated at this point. An officer was placed in Thomas's room so they could ask him questions as soon as he awoke. The officers then checked in with the emergency room for anything that Thomas may have brought with him. They were unable to find the clothing he came in with and were told it was common for them to be cut off and disposed of.
The morning of the 31st, police began asking family members to come to the station for interviews and for any help they could offer in finding Taylen. One of the first was Isaac Mosley, who had taken Thomas to the hospital the night before. He spoke glowingly of his nephew, how he enjoyed spending time with him, and how much his whole family loved him. He spoke of Thomas being antisocial and that he didn't respond well to criticism. Isaac discussed how excited Thomas was when he found out that Pashun was pregnant, and how she had spent a vast amount of time in the Mosley household. However, Thomas and Pashun began to argue more frequently once she gave birth to Taylen. When asked directly if he knew where Taylen was, Isaac said, "To be honest, Since all of this stuff has come out, the only person that would know that would be Thomas. He also said that his gut is telling him that Thomas knows where Taylen is. Isaac then recounted what happened the night of the 29th from his perspective. He said he was in the living room when Thomas came in. Thomas was bleeding through a shirt that he had wrapped around his arm, and Isaac thought he had done it to himself. He asked Thomas what had happened multiple times, but didn't get a clear answer. When he removed the shirt, he saw that the cut was deep and still bleeding. He also noticed another cut on Thomas's hand. Isaac recalled that his brother was wearing a dry-fit shirt, sweatpants, and Gucci slides. He wrapped Thomas's arm and hand in a towel and drove him to the St. Anthony's Hospital. Isaac stayed with his brother, waiting for their parents to arrive. When he spoke to his mother, she said she was going to check on Pashun before going to the hospital. She wanted to make sure that Thomas and Pashun hadn't had a physical altercation. Renee called Pashun but didn't get an answer. However, Renee soon realized that she didn't know Pashun's actual apartment number, so she left and headed to the hospital. The next day, Isaac received a call from Pashun's mother asking if he had seen either Pashun or Taylen because Pashun wasn't answering her phone. Having noticed that Thomas didn't have his phone the night before, he searched Thomas's car for it. He saw a Paw Patrol blanket covered in blood that he knew was Taylen's, but he didn't see a phone. Later that day, Thomas came out of surgery. When police spoke to him, they told Thomas that they were just trying to find Taylen. Thomas responded by saying, "You need to be out there looking for my son, Cracker, instead of in here bothering me." He professed no knowledge of where Taylen was and became belligerent, threatening and cussing at the officers. At the same time, more officers were reviewing the footage from the hospital's security system. They observed Thomas and his brother arriving at the hospital, and later, David Mosley, his father, leaving the hospital carrying a St. Anthony's property bag.
In the early hours of March 31st, police received phone call records and location data for Pashun's phone. The last ping showing for her phone was at Dell Holmes Park in St. Petersburg at around 8:57 p.m. on March 29th. There was no further hits on her phone past this point. At 6 p.m. on the 31st, searches for Taylen began at the Dell Holmes Park. They used drones, dogs, as well as people searching on foot for him. During the search, a young man named Liddell Golden came up to an officer and changed the course of the investigation. He told them, "I don't know if I'm seeing things, but I think there is a baby in an alligator's mouth." Liddell took the officer to where he thought he had seen the alligator, in a small canal that connected Lake Magori to another smaller lake. There, Officer Lance Chea saw an alligator that had an object in its mouth. As he got closer to the alligator, he could clearly see the body of a small child. Officer Chea passed this information over the radio, at which point officers and agents from multiple outfits swarmed the location. A single shot was fired to kill the alligator, which caused it to drop the child. Then, Officer Dustin Webster positively identified the dead toddler as Taylen Mosley. The child had several minor wounds from the alligator's teeth, and his left arm had been torn completely from his body. The autopsy report later showed that Taylen had been drowned.
Do we know for sure if it's...
I think so. If me it's coming, I'm assuming it is. They said they saw something in the mouth of a gator, so that's something that looked like a body. They said the gator was down, so.
That night, police executed a warrant for the Mosley household. They recovered video footage from their security system, security cameras themselves, multiple cell phones, and they confiscated a set of Gucci slides with possible blood on them. Thomas Mosley was arrested on March 31st at 10 p.m. on 2 counts of murder in the first degree for Pashun Jeffery and his son Taylen Mosley. He was appointed a public defender and held at no bond. The trial has been delayed so far due to the mental health issues exhibited by Mr. Mosley. He was found incompetent to stand trial on the 1st of August 2024. There are some questions between the experts about whether he is actually suffering from mental health issues, specifically major depression, or if he is malingering, otherwise simply known as faking his illness. For the moment, Thomas is being held at the Florida State Hospital in Chattahoochee. The next scheduled court hearing is set for August 1st, 2025. Since he has not gone to trial yet, Thomas is considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Soon after Taylen was reported missing, his family started a GoFundMe to raise funds for the search. It unfortunately was converted to a fund for funeral costs for Taylen and Pashun. Pashun's mother and her great-aunt Theodosia Brickhouse thanked the many donors and well-wishers who helped them through this difficult time. The fundraiser collected $47,782 of its $50,000 goal. In preparation for the memorial services, Pashun's family ran into an issue with the release of Taylen's body. Thomas Mosley, as the father of Taylen, was the person to whom the body needed to be released, even though he was the accused. Now, we saw this same situation happen during our coverage of the Ethan Belcher case in Detroit. Ethan was left to decay in the county morgue as his mother was in police custody, and his biological father stopped communicating with his family and the authorities. Taylen's family and local activists advocated for new legislation, and in April of 2024, a law passed to allow a different next of kin in situations involving criminal acts. Pashun, Jeffery, and Taylen Mosley received a homegoing ceremony on Friday, April 7th, at the First Baptist Church of St. Petersburg. It was a moving ceremony focused on their lives and the unfairness of them leaving so soon. They were laid to rest together at the Woodlawn Memory Gardens.